Spider-Man, No Way Home. Okay, I'm a little late to the game here giving you the review. The movie's been out for a while, but I watched it a little bit with a free preview one night when we had that shooting in Denver. They let us go in and watch the first 45 minutes, then we got booted out. So tonight I went back to watch the entire film. My favorite part of the movie is Doctor Strange. Whenever he appears, the film really takes a lift. And I'm sitting there watching it, and you know, Tom Holland, he's okay. He's affable, he's charming. He's not the best Spider-Man I've ever seen, not by a long shot. It's kind of like in James Bond, you know, they started with Sean Connery. He was the best. Well, that's Tobey Maguire. He was the best Spider-Man of all, for sure. And then Andrew Garfield came along. He's sort of like the Daniel Craig. He's really good too. I like both of them. I thought they were excellent Spider-Man. Tom Holland, he's kind of in the middle. He's like a Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan type. He's just not really substantive. He doesn't have the kahunas, the gravity. He's too light, too flip. Everything's a joke with him. Every other line. I mean, I fault the script writers more than Tom Holland. Maybe if they gave him some better material, he could be up to snuff with Garfield and Maguire. But Spider-Man is just, they've made too many of them now. It's just getting watered down, just like the James Bond did. So I went to see it tonight, and I'm sitting there during the movie thinking, gosh, I miss Tobey Maguire. I miss Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. And guess what? If you've seen the movie, you know. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but I wish came true. And it's kind of radical, but it really, really energizes the film when those guys make an appearance. The old Spider-Men come in. We have 3 Spider-Men operating. I know I gave away a big, there's not much plot to the movie. There wasn't any more plot I could tell you. Basically, we have this multiverse idea. Doctor Strange is involved, but something goes awry with a spell, and it brings in some interdimensional beings that shouldn't be here. And the rest of the movie is just trying to get these villains put back where they go. They soften the villains up. They're not nearly as ominous or threatening as they were in the previous movies when they first appeared. And so that just sort of diluted the whole story for me. It wasn't really much of any kind of intensity or tension, but when we have the 3 Spider-Men working together, you know, as a team, it's really cool. There's some great lines delivered. Just reminded me why I like the early Spider-Men, Garfield and Maguire, so much better. I thought also having Marissa Tomei as Aunt May was kind of, you know, didn't work. Aunt May in the comic book, if you've read the comic book, I read it from the beginning. I had Spider-Man 1 in my collection and all the Spider-Men until my mother threw all my comics away, you know, when I went to college. Oh boy. But anyway, the original Aunt May was an old woman. She had gray hair. Now, there's a new MJ, and I guess that came about a while back. It's Michelle Jones. It's not Mary Jane. And so that was all right. But I thought Mary Jones, Michelle Jones, his new girlfriend, and the sidekick, the Asian fella there, they just seemed like they were out of a bad sitcom, a TV sitcom. They had pretty good chemistry together when they were doing their little jokes and one-liners back and forth, but they added nothing to the film. Could have left them out, could have cut 35, 40 minutes out of this movie, tightened it up a little bit. It would have been a lot better film. I would have even had more of the other Spider-Men, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I would have made the movie mostly about them and let Tom Holland kind of be in the back seat as the passenger in the movie. But of course, Tom Holland is the star of the movie. The end credits is kind of tacky looking. They throw a De La Soul song out there, a rap song, which I'm not crazy about, but it was okay. It wasn't a bad song. Overall, I'm going to give the movie a modest kind of, see it if you're a big Spider-Man fan, but if you like Marvel movies, wait for the new Doctor Strange. Also, if you do go see the Spider-Man No Way Home movie, stay for the credits. Stay for all the credits. I guarantee you it'll be worth your while. There's a couple things that pop up after the first blast of credits comes at you. There's a little extra, a little epilogue there or something. And stay to the very, very end of the credits because there's a great trailer promo for the new Doctor Strange movie coming out in May. There's going to be a good and a bad Doctor Strange in this new multiverse. So you don't want to miss that. All right, folks. See you at the movies.